sorry my stream cut off. It's sometimes my GoPro just cuts off the stream. I don't know why. There you go. Some of you are coming back. Yeah, sorry about that. For whatever reason, the GoPro just sometimes shuts off the stream. So, you know, usually I'll start it up again. gotta figure out better cable management. This is a fucking disaster.
Podcast Cosmographia. Here again, Randall Carlson, and we got with us tonight our good friend Chuck Kazina. Been on multiple tours with us. Is a planetary scientist with specialization in geology. Had a lot of involvement with environmental regulation, and he's gonna give us all kinds of feedback and perspective on some of Randall's recent articles in the newsletter. If you're not getting the newsletter,
I really like learning stuff. Like this kind of information, it just fascinates me so much. This episode's about mass extinction events, Canadian craters, and mega floods.
Tours coming up, yeah, so multiple directions. And welcome, Chuck. Good to have you, buddy.
Yeah, thanks. Great to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad you introduced him because I was kind of wondering, now, who is that distinguished looking character that is sitting at the bottom of my monitor screen? And now I recognize it. Yes.
Yeah.
So you have been, well, the thing I was thinking about you this past weekend as I was trying to navigate through a couple of the world's biggest airports was, I wish I had Chuck here with me to help me with all of this.
Yeah.
I figured it out.
Yeah, I fly a lot. I do travel a lot, as you know. And it's, yeah, I wish I was there with you too. But it's always fun when we travel together.
It is. Well, we're going to do that again, aren't we?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know
do we have
what?
anything?
Chuck helped me get to Egypt. I don't know if I would have gone to Egypt the first time, a year and a half ago, if he hadn't said, hey, you know, let's split a room. I had to help you get a deal on a plane ride. And I was like, that sounds pretty
Yeah,
good.
it worked out. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
So you will not be doing the Columbia Gorge tour.
I can't.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah. No, I'm
yeah.
booked up.
And I know you'd rather be doing that than what you are going to be doing.
That is true. I'd rather be with you guys. I'm in a spot right now. I've got some things to wrap up. And you say you're going to do some, you do it. So
That's right.
But there'll be future trips.
Oh, yeah. So I thought it'd be kind of fun, you know, every month I put out a newsletter and I try to cover things that are in the news that would be interest to the kinds of subject topics, you know, geological, astronomical, and ancient history, and how it might all tie together and so on. And every month, you know, I'm going through scouring the literature, which I do anyway. So I figured, well, I might as well do a newsletter and report on some of the stuff that I read on. I mean, I read between 20 and 30, or I'll say I'll peruse between 20 and 30 scientific journals every month. And so when I see stuff that catches my attention, I like to flag it, and then that goes into the newsletter. But I always see more stuff that's going on out there in the world of science and geology and you know, ancient architecture and astronomy and all that I could possibly report on, right? So there's a lot of extraneous stuff, I guess you could say, that I've accumulated that didn't make it into the newsletter. So I thought it might be fun to look at some stuff maybe that's been in the news, you know, this year, maybe the last 6 months or since spring, that might be of interest, because there's actually quite a bit of stuff. And I don't have, you know, I don't have it all categorized and organized according to a specific plan of attack, but I do have enough things right at my fingertips that I could pull up some stuff. And I think we'll start with a report that came out in March, I believe it was. Let's see, which was one that didn't make it into the newsletter. Yeah, March 9th, 2024. And was, where was this journal? Let's see, from the, I'll figure it out here, let's see. Oh, this was just Science News reporting on it. And I usually will start at Science News and then Nature and Science. Those three journals, which are kind of the mainstream. You know, Science News, of course, totally for popular consumption, but what you do is you read the report in Science News, and then you follow the reference to the original work in the public. Anyway, we don't need to do all that, but this is what it was. That this is the title of the article: Rocks betray the oldest known airburst. An asteroid exploded over Antarctica. Not surprising. 2.5 billion years ago. So the timing, estimated from the age of the ice, makes the mid-air detonation the oldest known airburst, scientists report in the February 1st Earth and Planetary Science letters. Airbursts come with shock waves and heat, but don't make craters, which is a point we've been emphasizing for years, is that you're not going to really know the full picture of impact events if you're only counting craters. For a long time, estimates of impact events have been based upon crater count. Although I think that we're seeing that that's beginning to change now. Anyways, this was not a, well, if it did, it would have been into the ice itself. It says
It's about 200 right now.
Yeah, I think it's getting close. And that's roughly over 15, maximum 20% of the actual surface of the Earth. Now, for purposes of just a framework of thinking, we could assume, I would assume...
Yo, what's up? What do you mean? What the fuck? Here. Disconnect. Alright. What about now? Okay. That's... interesting. No, I haven't fucked with where the room is hosted. But you like that picture I sent you last night of Hales? Oh, I stayed up too late. But see what you respond to. Oh, I thought that was like just something else. I didn't realize like that was a. Well, yeah, yeah. Well, I knew that, and that Anatoly guy. He's like this. He's a YouTuber that does these weird gym videos where he like pretends to be a janitor and like lifts really heavy shit. Yeah, so I didn't realize that was like your response to what Hales had said. I mean, that like from Hales, that was really out of the blue, because that was like just a couple days ago. Yeah, and why? And also, why is that AI have that fucking response? That response from that bot is weird. What is Anti-Shield developing? Are they? Is he categorizing everybody, putting them into these fucking bots? Because yeah, I mean, I'm known to be a little volatile in my. Whenever I don't like something, I'll fucking say it. But that's a very pointed response from an AI that shouldn't know anything about me. You know? And Jimmy Bones for that matter, because I don't really go into that server very much. So it's just weird. So they were obviously talking about it, because dude, everyone's gone. Nose Hairs is out, Ajax is out, Gone. Got rid of them. Yeah. I got rid of them all. Well, all he wants to do is be a dick and talk about crypto, and now that Jimmy Bones fucking rage quit, he's not coming in here ever. So, fuck him. All he's gonna do is hang out in Sioux Generis and fucking go fucking jerk Jimmy off. Fuck him. Get out. Nose hair's gone. Done with nose hairs bullshit. All these fucking GOP guys gone. Get them the fuck out. And you know what? What I'm thinking, dude? We just go get a new crowd, like your buddy that I unfortunately kicked because he was freaking out. I'd rather he come back. I'd rather we'd be cool about it. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I need to hop in. Well, I need to hop into a politics room and a lot of people don't know about the Blue Lay. But yeah, I need to hop into a politics room and kind of let them know, like, hey man, I didn't kick you for personal reasons. It's just like you came in real hot, and there was a couple other, yeah, with the wrong people in the room. So yeah, it's you know, because anti-shield server's dead. Fuck them, dude. I don't fucking care. They want to act like that? Go ahead. Oh, I think anti-shield kicked my alt account. Doesn't have logs, no indication that thing was or banned, so I suspect that he did it and then deleted the messages. Because how else would I not be in that room on my alt account? Well, I don't know what the fuck his problem is. He leaves and comes back, leaves and comes. What? I mean, we're not even discussing any of it, really. Like, when other people are in the room, we aren't even fucking engaged. Yeah, we're not even really talking about Sioux Generis when other people are in the room. Usually it's just you and I that bullshit about it. And when Jimmy was in here, Jimmy. But, you know, and Jimmy would always fucking bitch about it. I don't know, man. I'm thinking we just open the gates to new people. Don't have a GLP crowd. You know. It's difficult to get people in that will stick around, you know? Sure. Unless they're psycho fucking, like that salt bitch. Yeah. No serial killers, okay? No fucking serial killers. There's probably a couple out there. Well, you don't need to overpower somebody to fucking kill them. There's other ways to do it. I mean, you heard what that fucking salt bitch was saying. Like, she literally says that she was about to kill her first victim until she got saved by God. And it's like, get out of here. Well, yeah, because whenever always got to take people don't agree with what they have to say because everyone's got their own opinions on what fucking God is. So, like, of course it's gonna fall apart. I mean, Fletcher's room is empty now. It's fucking empty, man. They're probably all sitting in Jimmy's room. Well, that's what happens when you let my guy run rampant. Well, I suspect had we gotten rid of my guy earlier, when we and just not brought him over in the first place, let him stay in GLP, things probably would have gone a lot. Unfortunately, and I feel bad saying that because I do like him. Just as a person, I enjoy having him around. And I think he's a good guy, but man, he just can't himself, and it's tragic. Yeah. 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 Yeah, and well, that's what I was saying. One of these times, like, we got to go get a Turo or something and just take a road trip. No, I don't know. I'm a little hesitant on the snowmobile thing. Look, man, it took a block from us, okay? I know I'm a professional driver, okay? And so is he. No, I can't do any of the shit that he does. What are you fucking talking about? Look, well, while all these things are true, Ken Block has done all those things as well. So, I don't know. It's just the snowmobiles, they killed my man Ken Block. Well, you don't even have two wheels. Yeah, you don't even have that. You got tracks and some skis. But I don't know. I've never driven one, so I would rather go get jet skis or something. I've driven jet skis. Jet skis are fun. What? What are you talking about? Yeah. I trust the water more than I trust snow. Well, fresh water specifically. The moment you get out of the ocean, I stay the fuck away from the ocean. They got monsters down there, and I don't want any part of it. Dude, those things are huge. Oh my god, a sea manatee? When I was really little, this is before my parents got divorced, but they took a trip to Hawaii, and they brought us out snorkeling into the fucking ocean. And we saw some cool shit, but it's one of those things where it's like I'd look around, even as a little boy, I'd look around and be like, this shit's way too fucking big for me, man. I don't want any part of the ocean. Yeah, that's true. I'm not even sure how accurate that statistic is because, like, what's the metric of studying the ocean? You know, is it like that that we've mapped the ocean? Because most of the ocean is nothing, or like a large part of it is nothing, and the places. Okay. They're not plastic. They're aluminum. Yeah, they're aluminum, and they're traveling at 500 miles an hour. So when you hit a bird, yeah, it's gonna fucking dent it. There's enough weight and momentum that it'd carry through a lot of the glass in initial bit. I mean, you can go watch videos of plane crashes and see that like they do hold up to some extent. They don't just evaporate the moment they touch the ground. Okay. Give me a second. Let me wait for these people to pass and I'll check it out. All this fucking Nissan is sure taking his sweet time. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Oh, you're just gonna stop right next to me. Okay, never mind. Keep going, please. Thank you. Okay. Alright, we're clear. Alright, so what do you want me to see? Okay. Yeah, what about the rest of the plane? Okay, okay, how about this? Find me a picture of 9/11 with the nose of the plane on the other side. Video's fine. See, I thought planes would have caused the towers to fall, but I'm pretty sure a plane could make it through. It'd just be really fucked up. Yeah, but most of America doesn't even remember it either. They weren't in New York witnessing it firsthand. Like, that's not... okay, how about this one? Is it possible that those planes were they were modified in order to increase the impact force going onto the towers? They reinforced the nose of the plane, knowing that they were going to crash them into the towers, so that it would guarantee structural failure. Yeah, a modified 747. I don't think the reason the whole tower fell, like they had the shaped charges that were at the basement, and then the floor below with all the mannequins and the art students, like all that shit, I think is probably true, that it was a controlled demolition to guarantee it falling in its footprint. Well, yeah, I'm not disputing that. Like, what we're talking about here is the actual plane itself. And is it possible that they had reinforced that plane specifically so that it would go through on impact? Why not? Okay. And so, but that's not, there's no guarantee of that. That's what I'm saying, is like there's potential for other possibilities, because in my opinion, it might be cheaper and much more easier to pull off by reinforcing the structure of the plane itself than it is to unveil a new technology that has never been really developed and successfully used in that manner before. Because you got to think, like, all the people that were doing CGI at the time, like in Hollywood, the forefront of it, a lot of it in the like 2000s were pretty shit. There's very few examples of it being good, and computers at the time really couldn't handle that kind of imaging. And like, because when you're dealing with like physics and clipping and dealing with gases and smoke and trying to get it to clip just right so that it's believable, especially if something is being filmed with that intent, that is incredibly difficult. And even to this day, people struggle to do this successfully on large budget films. The biggest holdup, and the only people that were able to successfully do this, was with a practical effect rather than CGI, and it was Disney with The Wizard of Oz. That was Disney, right? Or was that Time Warner? Not Time, maybe it was Time. Well, whoever made it, I don't remember. But the Wizard of Oz developed a technology that allowed them to green screen MGM, that allowed them to green screen transparent objects. They were the only ones to, and they supposedly lost that technology shortly after making it. And it involved these cubed prisms that they would project a type of light and record two versions of a screen at the same time, and then close it together. And literally, where if you did a green screen, like if you have someone wearing a dress and the dress is slightly transparent on the ruffles on either side, and light can go through it. You try to clip that out with a traditional green screen, and you can't do it. There's no way, because their colors become so close together, and to get it just right, it is a pain in the ass. So most of the time, when you go in and look in films, you'll see the clipping on it. You'll see where they tried to cut it out, and you'll see like strands of hair that get cut off, and there are little details that when you're just the viewer, you don't notice initially, but when you go in and inspect it, it becomes very apparent. From my knowledge, I haven't seen any of that really with the 9/11 videos and the planes. I remember there being a couple things where it's like the lighting looks kind of fucking weird, but in terms of like the plane going through smoke, That is very, very accurate from my knowledge. I'd have to rewatch it to be sure. And so that's what I'm saying, where it's like, I don't think that they could be that far ahead on CGI specifically that they would pull that off. Because the thing with like with Hollywood and the government is a lot of the propaganda and visual effects, Hollywood develops first, and then the government utilizes. Stanley Kubrick in 2001: A Space Odyssey and the moon landing, perfect example of this. He had to be able to develop it, and then once he developed it and figured it out, they brought him on board and he made the moon landing. So that's why I'm like, okay, what are the, yes, the whole thing was staged, but like, could they have done it practically? And I think they could have. I think it's possible, yeah. Yeah, but the whole purpose for the planes is that you have multiple targets that you got to take out, right? You can't just blow up and have a terrorist attack using explosives that takes down not only the Twin Towers, but managed to get all the way up to the Pentagon, blows that up. Because the plane was the perfect excuse for the Pentagon, you know, which... Well, so I encourage you. So this Joe Rogan episode I was listening to, I made a connection here. He was talking. This guy was talking the out of body experiences and the physicists and kind of some of the fabric of the universe and his experiences to code that he was he had like somehow accidentally stumbled into this and realized that, oh, there's much more to reality than I think, and he's began studying it. And the way he describes reality is that everything has a probability field attached to it. Some of higher probability and lower probabilities. And once it's becoming viewed by a conscious individual, then that probability gets chosen and selected. And sometimes really rare things happen, and sometimes really common things happen. But it's a type of probability that then determines. We see now uses tech, and you start digging around in the sand. There's a probability field that once you pull your shovel out and you wipe off the sand, that you might find a Spanish gold doubloon. Now that probability is really low, but every now and then, sometimes it does happen, and that narrative gets selected. So how does this apply to the astrology? It's about increasing the probabilities. The whatever alignment that happens with these stars, and it has some sort of cosmic effect on our reality that changes the probability fields and allowing things to succeed or fail in certain ways. Does that make sense? And I remember talking about this with Leo at one point, and talking and I brought up because I had said, you know, it sounds like it's just like the reason they do this is to increase their chances of success. And after listening to that guy on Joe Rogan, I was like, I made that connection. I was like, oh shit, it's manipulating the probability of reality itself. And when you manipulate the probability of reality, you can craft it and push it to a certain direction, that something happens that you want it to, or something happens that you don't want it to. And whether that's through some sort of fucked up ritual or with asteroidal alignments, there's got to be a way that occurs. And you would think that these planetary bodies having these gravitational pulls on us and the world around us, as well as some sort of cosmic element that we don't really understand, hence all the ancient symbolism, the gods being the planets themselves. Like, there's something there to how these astronomical bodies affect us as conscious individuals here on planet Earth, and the global consciousness surrounding it. And manipulating that field of probability kind of makes sense to me. This could also explain why, even though something does happen on a certain date, it might not go the way that they intended it. That probability, something might have went wrong slightly. Well, even though they've, it's like that video we were watching last night, the mystery quest, right? They're rolling the dice. That is the probability field of reality. Depending on what gets chosen based off these dice rolls, you know, they might have a successful roll and a fail roll. Something good happens and something bad happens. They might have a whole massive success, and that's where you see legendary things happen and occur. Or you might have, you know, a massive failure. And imagine if you were able, if the astrological alignments were changing those dice from a 6-sided dice to a 4-sided dice with success in favor, 3-to-1. And so when you roll the dice, you know, and instead of a 1 in 6 chance of whatever outcome you want succeeding, it's now a 3 out of 4 chance. But only because the parameters got changed through those alignments. I could be mistaken, but that makes sense to me. I mean, could they have used CGI for 9/11? Yeah, I don't know for sure whether they did or not, but I just doubt it, man. I doubt that CGI was even at that point. Because you look at the hardware it takes to render high-end, like computer-generated videos. It's like, it's incredible. The amount of, like, you know the company Blur Studios. They do a lot of cutscenes for video games, and I've wanted them for fucking ever to do a full feature-length film in their art style, because their animation is so good, but the rendering time it would have taken to get all of the global illumination baked in, all of the fucking, the textures, the details, the models, the animations, like, and to bake that all into one final video, it takes forever, man. You know, there's an incredible amount of computing costs. Do we know what the velocity was when the planes hit? About 530 nautical miles. What was the velocity when they hit? Because that plays a massive factor here in whether something is able to penetrate an object or not, is velocity. Now, aluminum balloons. What? They're nothing like balloons. It can, actually, yeah. Yeah, that's what... Yeah, well, the actual demolition was explosives. Yeah, it's not being disputed. Of course, the jet fuel, and on top of that, those planes would not carry enough jet fuel to fucking take that shit down. It's not napalm or thermite. that it just burns for a long time and fucking incredibly hot. Well, paste. Okay, so that video or that picture you got of the nose coming out, that is so difficult to tell what that is, because actually I don't even think that's the nose, because slightly to the bottom right of that plane hit it at an angle and the wing was sticking out. It's possible that's actually the wing and the nose is still inside the building, because we just do not have enough detail with that image. I would have to see other that or the video itself, but I'd have to see other angles to make that decision. And there is not enough detail there. That's the nose. What do you mean? A detailed breakdown analysis from it. I just want the actual videos, because there was a whole bunch of 9/11 footage that I hadn't seen, that I saw, within the last few years. Right there, in that video, right fucking there. Let me wait before this car passes. Like within the first 20 seconds, they have a Boeing plane crashing in a field, and a significant portion of the aircraft, after crashing into the dirt, gets carried forward after some damage to the nose. And yeah, the wings get taken apart and things like that occur as well, but it has momentum, and they are pretty structurally rigid. The only really flexible part of the airplane are the wings. Everything else is relatively rigid, from my understanding. Okay, make sure we're good. Man, I don't know. I'm not super convinced. No, that's probably bullshit too. Well, they've been doing the whole Chinese hacker narrative for some time now. It's just the setup to try to get us to go to war. That's all it is. I mean, I don't believe any of the hacks are coming from China. I mean, they might be, but if anything, we're hacking ourselves, making it look like China. Stop and get some fuel. Is my route. So over by Cedar Rapids is where I will depart. So Pilot in Cedar Rapids. Is that 380? Pretty sure. Yeah, okay, I can make that one. 6 hours, 46 minutes, 8 hours, 21 minutes. Back. No, I've got 450 miles still. Yeah, I kind of stayed up too late last night. Fucking idiot. I woke up on time, but then you know when you make that fateful fatal decision after you get up on time and you're like, I can sleep for another 30 minutes. Yeah, I was like, fuck. Because I got up before my clock reset and I was like, I got a little time, and then it's 2 hours afterwards. I'm like, oh shit. pay station are you gonna touch me today? We shall see. I am very, very late. I think that says closed. Yes, it does. My pre-pass works now. Yeah. Something's up with that other truck. Did we ever go figure out what that time frame that Gavin Newsom put out ended up being? Well, let's go calculate it. I don't. So, if he put out, what would it have been? 4 days ago, 5 days ago, about. So 3 years would be 2028 on middle of January. 3 months, February, middle of February, March, middle of March, April, 3 weeks. Yeah, after that would be May. Yeah, May 7th does. Yeah, May 7th. What? Like that, the week of May 7th. That's probably. Just write down that date. See if anything happens in 3 years. Oh, piss off of that. That's such a stretch. There's no, like, it's not T-U-T, it's T-U-C-K. No, it's King Tut. T-U-T. What? Okay. I mean, I don't know anything about sports, so. Come on, Rocco, let me in. Ramp to I-85 close. Left lane. Shit. Okay, no, we're good, we're good. Well, doesn't that confirm to you what I was saying? How it's just completely about anti-competition. That they're doing this just to fucking support Facebook and Google because they can't make a good enough product to compete with TikTok, and They want to have a monopoly on stealing everybody's data. Well, I wouldn't really well, that's never gonna happen. I don't think the people want that to happen. Are you kidding me? Fuck no, we don't want to go outside. And no, I will not delete my YouTube account. Fuck no. Even though Google is spying on everybody. Yeah. YouTube's great. Dude, holy shit, that's like my fucking dad's trailer. Oh my god. Whoa. That thing is huge. Different brand though. They're shorting it? Well, okay, so they might be dropping the price to get in so that when the band goes through, it goes up. Yeah, I mean, I missed my opportunity on to get back into XRP because that's all going down again. Can you tag Billy Bob? Thank you. Yeah, Josh, I just saw that. Sometimes my GoPro, for whatever reason, just cuts out. Usually I'll restart the stream and get it back up, but for whatever reason, sometimes the GoPro just, you know, it says, hey, we're done streaming now. So I can stop that problem if I have it hooked up to my computer, but it's a pain in the ass to get my computer out and fucking run it that way. I bet those side-by-sides are pretty fun, aren't they? And yet printer ink is still more expensive. me a second, AT. Kind of. It definitely does a better job at it, but give me a second. Bible member have anything to do with TikTok? Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just us saying we you, even though we or Epic Games and Fortnite. What about that one? Well, and the reason they're citing for the ban of TikTok is that they're using it to spy on the American public, and that yeah, they're using it to spy on the American public, turn people in the government. To back. Maybe. I mean, who knows what will happen. I mean, ultimately, this boils down to the government doing this on behalf of Meta and Google. If anyone ends up paying $100 for TikTok, is because they were gifting it to him. New Jersey. Oh, well, it's not going to be a fires. I mean, well, North Carolina wasn't hit by fires. They were hit by a hurricane. Yeah. And? painting your roof blue is not going to stop a raging inferno with 100-mile-an-hour winds from burning your house down. Is this a cab over? Is this a K100 with an Aerodyne sleeper? I think it is. Fucking nice, dude. That thing is sick. It's a wonderful truck right there. California, the one is by Files? Fire? Get back on the fucking road. Alright, AT, I'm gonna hop off for a bit. I got a ways to go. So, yep. See ya. Oh, you're a fucking bitch. Fuck you. Oh, you are gonna let me in? Okay, thank you. Thank you. I thought you weren't. Thought you fucking weren't. Pass me. Let's go. Yo, Billy, you gotta send me a way to send you money. Friday, yesterday was Friday. You got Zelle? Well, it's for the broker's license, if you want it. If you want, or if your wife wants to go get a broker's license. I don't remember how much you said it was, but yeah. Okay, Zelle is... Yeah, Zelle would be the best. That's the easiest for me. Yeah. Yeah. That's how I do it most of the time. That, or I'll just send you a bunch of crypto. Wells Fargo, but when I had Chase, they had it as well. Yeah, everyone's got it. Yep. I've been using Zelle forever. think you can cover the taxes on it? Okay. And that's it. Like, if you want to go down that route, it's totally up to you. And you know, I told you that I would do that for you guys, and I'm now in a position where I can do it. So. I mean, all it takes is for someone to start, because if you might not make as much per load as, you know, someone like TQL is making on these loads, but you'll be making a lot more, and really all you do is just make some phone calls and do some stuff on some websites and load boards and make sure that, and kind of monitor, communicate with their dispatchers. That's pretty much really all you do with the job. Especially running as a... Well, you can run it however way you want to run it. I can't. There might be some labor laws that prevent you from doing that, but I don't know anything about it. How many American women are there? Yeah. It's pretty tragic how little most of those people make. It's the same thing with streamers. Like, you go like video game streamers, there's so many that are out there, and even with like what I'm doing with the streamer now, like 99.9% makes like $100 a month. It's fucking tragic. Oh, you find it there too? I bet you I could find a whole bunch of fucking Tel Aviv OnlyFans girls. What are you talking about? It's 100% affected them too. They got a bunch of liberals out there, you know, the ones that are protesting. You got a bunch of pro-Palestinian protesters on their side too. Like, you're just upset that your doom scrolling is going to be taken away from you. That's what I'm starting to get at here. Yeah, it's supposed to go away on Monday. And Monday's the inauguration too, so maybe Trump like executive orders it back right as it gets banned. It goes down for a day, and but I think Trump will keep it banned. Yeah. Yeah, Billy, if you want to, like, DM me your number and I'll sell it to you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we could set up a group chat with all three of us. It'd be fucking great. We're like BFFs. Oh my god, Billy, check out this picture. It's a man getting his head blown off by a shotgun. Don't you think it's so fantastic? Billy. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, well, we'll do it in post. I didn't say that. Well, you could say shit like that. I mean, it's in sarcasm. It's comical jest, all right? I didn't say anything offensive, did I? I just got to stay away from several R words. And you know, another word that starts with another letter. And probably the Q word. I probably can't say that one, which is a shame. I like saying the Q word. I mean, that's pretty common. Yeah, that's pretty common. The moment a company starts doing that shit, it always goes to shit and everybody fucking leaves. Because then all the employees start getting together and bitching about how much it sucks, and they're like, oh, we're gonna fucking quit, and then everyone quits. Yeah. It's the nickel and diming shit. It's like, you know, you look at when the owner shows up in a brand new fucking Mercedes, and then now they're telling you that if you're gonna get in trouble for fucking clocking in 5 minutes early, or you're gonna charge you $250 for a blowout and try to blame it on you. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know, it's like, fuck you. I'm paying that. No, they sent me my money back. Not all of it though. They still ended up getting like $30 out of me. Yeah. Well, how would that be a labor law violation? Well, so I don't know how valid it is, but in the driver contract, there is a line that says that they can add fees on for any damage to equipment. And most driver contracts that I've read has that line in there. It's just never utilized. But if I were to go to, you know, bring it to a labor court, yeah, they're gonna pull that shit out. Might not even been $30. Might have been $15. Well, I mean, I told him, I was like, look, I'm gonna fucking leave if you do that, and then I left anyway. So. done streaming, I'll send it. I don't want to leak your personal information onto the internet. Hi everybody, this is Billy the Redneck's phone number. You can call him whenever you feel like it. Wouldn't you like to know? He's got like a crazy security system on his phone that like will prevent, he can like turn it on where it prevents certain calls from going through. It's very weird. And I've had conversations with Gentil about it, how it's like I've never seen a device that's able to like automatically turn on, like this caller is unavailable at this time. It's fucking weird. It's not even like a they're not there or they didn't answer or it goes to voicemail. No, it just like you cannot access this phone. Don't fuck. Just leave him be. Let him, you know, just let him live in his little echo chamber. I ain't asking you to do a goddamn thing. Okay. Fuck, Schneider. How the fuck are you going 70?